Hey, what's up everyone? So I'm all finished up here at the lake, but before I go I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for tuning in, and I really appreciate it. If you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It only takes a second of your time to hit the subscribe button, and it really helps a lot, so I appreciate it. And I'll finish up here at the pond, so let's show you guys what happened today. Hey, what's up everyone? So I brought you guys here to the pond today. It's kind of cold. It's a late winter day, and we got wind, we got clouds, we got sun peeking out every once in a while, a little bit of rain, kind of an all-weather type day today. So I wanted to come out here and see maybe if we can catch us a fish. I know black and blue works really well on cold days, so you know, cold cloudy days. So I went ahead and twisted up one of these brush jigs here, and you know, these jigs are all terrain, so you can really get them through all kinds of cover, you know, grass, brush, rocks, all kinds of stuff like that. So the technique I'm going to be doing is you know, just kind of dragging it. I'm going to do a little hopping also, but you can see I put the Christy Craw on the back of here, same color, black with some blue flake, and that's going to help kick the legs a little bit. So if I decide to swim it a little bit and I notice, you know, like as I'm pulling it up, I notice that the bass is hitting it when I do that. That can definitely be a key that they're hitting something that they want swam instead of, you know, more hopped or dragged. So I went ahead and tossed this in the water to get a couple shots of it. So why don't you guys stay tuned and we'll see if we can catch us a fish. I think the bass are definitely going to be looking for some food on a warm day like today. They could be suspended up a little bit because of the clear water and the sun peeking out, but there's also going to be some in the bottom. Hopefully majority of them are, because I'm going to go ahead and throw this Bass Angler Bait Co. brush jig right here. I have it paired up with the Christy Craw. You see this is a perfect pairing, and this is also close to like a grass jig, except if you're swimming it, obviously the line ties a little more in line with the hook, but the tapered head really helps get this through any type of cover. And in here we've got grass, we've got some wood and some rocks. So for me, this is my all-terrain jig. And it could also be swimmed a little bit. These legs on here, you can see they dangle and move very well, especially when the water's cold. You know, a lot of these plastics get cold and they get stiffer. So this really keeps them, you know, limber, and you know, keeps that action going even in cold water. Plus it's a little bit heavier, so it helps with the fall rate, helps it keep it on the bottom, so that way I'm not lifting it up as much. Have it on a 12-pound Seaguar Red Label, using my Halo Twilight 2 7.6 medium rod. This is a really good rod. I like this a lot. One of my favorites. And also my old school Quantum Kinetic PT. And we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and cast this out and see what we can get. So stay tuned for some big ones. One of the things I like to do first is I like to cast kind of shallow, you know, or not too far at first, just because if there is any fish shallow, I don't want to throw the line past them and be dragging line across them. I'd rather fish a little shallow, kind of pick apart the shallows here a little bit, or not necessarily the shallow, but you know, the short distance, and then start casting a little bit further after that. I'll hop after a while, but you know, a lot of the times when the water's this cold, just dragging it is really where it's at. Just dragging it up the hill. And you can see this is what's down there, and looks like some pretty good grass. With this clear water, really helps that sun penetrate down there. So So what I'm gonna do is fan cast this area, you know, in a short distance before I start casting long. Because like I said, I just don't want to bring the line across the fish's back or something like that. Give him a chance to see it. May get rained on. That's what it is, I guess. Just never lets up, man. Never. Oh! Oh, you see that? Oh, he's taking it. There we go. Go ahead and mark that real quick on our Anglr. Alright, came up right at the last minute and hit that. Alright. Black and blue jig. Best Anglr Bait Co. brush jig. Still catching them when it's cold. Bam, right there. That's a beautiful fish. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's perfect. I've been needing a fish, man. I'll tell you what. It's been a crazy couple of outings, I'll tell you what. And seeing how this weather warmed up a bit, you know, I knew these fish couldn't wait that long to eat. They had to eat, so nice big one there. Let's say 3.5 pounds. I'm not going to weigh it just because I'm pretty familiar with, you know, 3.5 pounders and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I went ahead and I hit the button with the Anglr, the bullseye button. I want to go ahead and add. Now, you don't have to do this. You can do this later. I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Going to switch the camera around here, get a nice picture. There we go. Good to go. So I can put in the species, let her go real quick. There we go. Right on. Yeah, buddy. Black and blue brush jig. Now that fish hit it while I was swimming, so you know that's a huge key right there. That the reaction bite just could be on. So we'll go ahead and species. Gonna go largemouth bass. Weight, you know, about 3.6. About length, not really sure. Tackle, yep. Notes and put Bass Anglr Bait Co. Black and blue brush jig. Alright, save that. Done. Now that's going to mark it right here where I caught that fish. And so if I need to come back here, you know, it's going to mark the weather, it's going to, you know, mark the water, you know, the water temperature you can add into there, all kinds of stuff. So this is a really good tool to keep track of your fish. You can go back in there later on and go through it with other people and, you know, show them what you did, you know, kind of walk them through it. You can plan your trip. You can go over your trip afterward, and like I said, you can really hone in where you're catching these fish. And you can see here at the pond that I'm at, most of my fish catches are right here where my honey hole is marked. So cool deal though. Let's get back in the water. All right, so I want to break down how I just caught that fish. So I was casting out and, you know, dragging in a little bit, kind of popping around, just making some noise in the bottom, trying to really get, you know, some attention brought to this jig. And what I do is the last 15 feet, I just swim it in real quick. And that way, if there's a fish maybe sitting in the shallows, getting ready to ambush it, you know, I can get that ambush bite. Because what happens is as you're reeling up the hill, the closer it gets to, you know, thinner water, there's less options for this bait to go, and you know, it's more of a chance for that bass to you know, hit its prey when it's going to be exerting that much energy when it's cold. You know, they really want to make sure that they're getting their prey. So, you know, try this technique sometime. Put something on there like the Christy Craw. I do make the brush jigs and sell them, so if you want some of these brush jigs, let me know. I got a really good deal, and I'm also including in a free vibrating jig with every order. So let me know if you guys want to try out some of these. Really good sharp mustad ultra points. Got medium weed guards on there. I paint, pour, and hand tie all of these. And they're made really well. I've hit the rock a couple times over there, and you can see it's good to go. So Bass Angler Bait Co. I'll leave the link down below for 10% off if you decide you want to pick up some vibrating jigs, spinner baits, swim jigs, you know, anything like that. But yeah, so you know, work your bait in the last 10-15 feet. Go ahead and swim it in if it has a tail, so that way you can elicit that reaction at the last minute. So subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up.